Whatever they fail to bless you with, God is going to replace it and give you something with a greater value. You know, when they said that they would help you, or when they said that they would do something for you, or they said that they would have your back on something, and you didn't even ask. This is someone that puts you under the false impression of them being someone that would be there for you or do something if you ever needed it. When it came time that you needed it, this person and what they said they would help you out with was nowhere to be found. So this person had an opportunity to bless you, but they chose to not do that. They could have helped you in a time where you needed it. They could have done something good for you and you could have returned the favor. But this person went as far as offering this to you. Again, this wasn't something that you asked for. This person came out of, quote unquote, the kindness of their heart and offered this. And this was something that they put out on the table as a suggestion, a kind one. And they told you that, hey, I see you need help with this in this area, and I don't mind doing this for you. I will do this for you. I'll help you with this. I'm going to do this for you. But it turns out that this person failed to keep their word. And that's understandable. Sometimes people say things and they either don't do them because they can't, or sometimes people don't do things because it's just not what they ended up wanting to do. With this person, they could have done it if they wanted to, but they just turned out not wanting to do it. So the fact that this person could have done something, but they didn't, that's neither here nor there. Don't get upset over that. Don't go saying anything about them. Don't talk down on them or anything like that. Let that aspect of it go. I know it's difficult when someone says they'll do something for you, but they don't. It's very easy to slip into a negative consciousness over what this person said that they would do. Oh, this person this person that. It's very easy to do that. But what is that going to do for you? When you think about it, what is that going to do for you? That's not going to do anything for you at all. All right, that's not going to do anything but just keep you in that state of mind, upset, growling, grumbling, being pissed off over that person saying that, that person not doing what they said they would do for you. Yes, that's something that is upsetting at times, especially when you may need it and that person said they would do it and now you need it and they're not doing it. When you didn't need it, they said they'd do it, but now you need it and they're not doing it. Ironically, that's how those things work out sometimes, not all the time, but it is ironic when things work out like that, when someone offers you something and you don't need it, but then when you need it and you would like the offer to be there, it's not. So that's how those things work out, unfortunately, sometimes. But the good thing about that is God always is there. He always knows what we need. There's always going to be a way that the universe and source will work out a way for us to get what we need. All right, what we need will always come with speed. There's nothing to be afraid of because one person won't do. Just don't think it's not going to happen. Just because one person says they're not going to assist you doesn't mean you're not going to be assisted, doesn't mean you won't get assistance, doesn't mean you won't get the assistance that you need. The help you need is out there waiting for you. You have to become a vibrational match. You have to open up your mind to the possibility of it happening for you. You can get what you need, you can get the help you need. What you're trying to make happen can happen. In fact, what you're trying to make happen will happen. It will, without a doubt, happen. So, what they failed to bless you with, this person said they would help. They took their word back. Maybe they didn't want to do it. Maybe they didn't think you were worthy of it. Maybe it just wasn't something that they wanted to invest in. Maybe they felt that it wasn't worth it for them. But either way, whatever it was, don't take it personal. All right, because this is why you don't take it personal. When you are supposed to get something from someone and they fail to help you, and you end up upset, you end up mad, you end up being hurt over it, or it just totally out of it because of it. Like it takes up your whole entire thought process. Now it's all you're thinking about. You're blocking the help that was about to come to you. God always sees what we're going through. He always knows what's going on in our life. When one door closes, another one opens. You don't want to sit there in front of the closed door and be cursing and upset and mad that, oh, they closed this door, instead of paying attention to the one door that's open, that's waiting for you to walk through. But you got your hand on the door that's closed, and you're trying to open that one, but your hand's still stuck on the doorknob because you're not letting it go. You're trying to open this door that's locked and shut and closed, instead of paying attention to the door that's open. So just because someone offers something, even if you're in a pinch, even if it's last minute, even if there's no one else to help you, a way will be made. All right, never doubt that you're not going to be able to get what you need. You have to have an open mind and know that God will always make a way for you. So when people fail to bless you, all right, God's going to replace it, and he's going to give you something with greater value. It's going to be something greater than what this person had initially offered. This person could have offered you something good. This person could have had something that you needed. This person could have had something that would have helped you out greatly. But whatever they offered, guess what? Don't be upset. Don't be ashamed. Don't be mad about it. Don't be sad about it, because something better is about to take its place. All you have to do is know that God knows what you need, and he's always going to supply you with what you need. It's always going to be a surplus. It's always going to be some wealth. It's always going to be some infinite money coming your way, transferring your way. It's always going to be some opportunities, some resources. It's always going to be something coming your way. All right, because he knows what we need. He knows what we're going through. He sees everything that's happening to us. All right. He knew what was going to happen to us before it even happened to us. So don't be surprised when things start working out for you, because you keep pushing forward, and he sees that you're not giving up. He sees you continuing to go through everything that's happening to you, and now you're even reaching a level to where you're not getting upset. That's how you know good things are about to happen for you, when things are happening to you, but you're viewing it as something that happened for you. Even a bad situation, instead of looking at it as happening to you, you could look at it as happening for you, so you could learn from it and grow. And that's what you did. You learned from this, and you learned from whatever happened, and you're growing. You learned that people don't always hold up their end of the bargain or keep their word with things, and that's okay. But you also learned that regardless of that, there's still always something out there that can happen for you better, if not good, if not even better than what this person had initially offered or said that they would do for you. It's always another door that's open. One door closes, another one opens. There's always another opportunity. There's always something out there better. All right. There's always something out there better. So whether this person was going to support you or not is not important. Whether this person is going to help you or not is not important. You need to take your mind and focus on what you need, and see yourself already having it. See yourself as already have gotten it. Be appreciative for it. Already be thankful for it. When something that you need to happen doesn't go through, immediately be thankful for it, and grateful for it as if you already have it. All right, so when we immediately affirm, and when we affirm repeatedly and practice the affirmation of being thankful and grateful for something that we already, something that we would like to have in our life, but we already see ourselves as having it. That's praying as if we already have it, and it already being in our possession. That's what we're told to do anyway. That's what the Bible tells us to do. Pray as if you already have it, and you will receive it. So when you give thanks for something, that's basically praying for something as if you already have it. So whatever it was that they didn't do, that they were supposed to do, that they said they do, that you would have appreciated them to do, but they didn't do it, that's only because God has something better for you. All right, that wasn't supposed to happen at all anyway. It was just a test of your faith, and you kept your faith. So now something better is going to happen. So it's going to happen right before your eyes. Whatever they were going to offer you is going to look like peanuts. Whatever they were going to offer you is going to look like shillings. It's going to look like nothing compared to what God has in store for you, and compared to what He's going to allow you to have in store for yourself through His power and presence through you, through all the hard work, the determination, the dedication, and all the work that you're doing and putting in out there. All right. So all those who have a goal, all those who are trying to accomplish something, all right, all your works are being seen. Everything that you're doing is not null and void. All right. So all the work that you're doing, all the faith that you have, all the hard work you've been accomplishing, as far as like your time and everything that you're putting into all your ideas, whatever dream you may have, maybe a business, maybe it's a clothing line, maybe it's some food, maybe you want a food truck, maybe you want to start a restaurant, whatever it may be. All right, your efforts are not going unseen. So all you have to do, all right, is just keep being faithful and keep seeing it as a reality for yourself, because the more you can hold that vision, the stronger it's going to get, and the more concrete it will become. All right, and your faith is going to be able to move mountains when it starts to get that concrete, because you're going to believe that anything is possible, and you're going to believe that you can achieve the impossible, and that means you can achieve anything, and you can. All right, so regardless of who's not a part of whatever you were doing, one monkey don't stop no show. You got to keep going. All right, one person is not going to stop you from reaching the success that you're trying to obtain. All right, one person is not going to stop you from becoming great. One person is not going to stop you from being able to reach the level and the height that you want to in life. It's just one person, and you still have God, you still have yourself, you still have all your talents and gifts and everything. So that's why it's best to just focus on yourself and keep it moving. Don't be upset over what somebody didn't come through, or somebody promised you and didn't follow through with that. Don't let that get you mad. That's a waste of time. You can focus on something better coming into your life, and get that three times over. All right, it's all about what you put your mind on. If you put your mind on what you didn't get and get mad over that, it's like focusing on a roadblock, and all you have to do is go around it to keep moving. But you focus on the roadblock and are upset because there's a roadblock in front of you. there are roadblocks in life, but you just can't just sit there in front of it and be mad because it's there. You got to go around it and continue on and keep moving regardless of it being there. You can't let it stop you or get in your way. Or okay, you can't let it stop you or get in your way. I don't know if y'all heard that, but I did. All right, you can't let it stop you or get in your way. All right, so yeah, I don't know what the heck that was. Didn't sound good. Um, Whatever they failed to bless you with, you're going to reap the benefits of that. You're going to reap that. Keep sowing positive thoughts. Keep thinking positive. Don't think negative because something doesn't work out. Sometimes when something doesn't work out, we catastrophize. If one thing doesn't work out, then we start to think that everything is going to go bad. There's a saying, when something goes wrong, don't go wrong with it. If something goes wrong, you don't have to be changed physically or mentally by that. Something can happen outside of you and you can still obtain the same feeling that you had before a bad event occurred or take place. Say you're about to go do something fun and then you get some bad news. You cannot be disturbed or changed by that bad news if you choose to. Depending on how severe it is, it's still going to have some type of effect on you. Like maybe, God forbid, some news about a relative or family or something like that. That's family. It's going to affect you differently. It's going to touch you somewhere. All right. So, it's different. But the thing is, you can have power over how you feel over an event. So if someone implies to you they're going to help you with something, or they tell you that they're going to be able to do something for you, but it doesn't happen, guess what? You're still able to create whatever you want. You're still able to make your life be whatever you want. That doesn't have the power to hold you back. That person doesn't have the power to hold you back. Whatever they said they were going to do but didn't do doesn't have the power to hold you back. It's all about your mind and what you choose to do with it. You can choose to focus on becoming successful, or you could choose to focus on being stressed and upset over somebody's false promise. All right. So if somebody didn't keep it real with you, somebody promised something, but they didn't follow through with what they said. Hey, they didn't stand on business. You still have to. They didn't keep it real. You still have to. They didn't hold. They didn't help you out, or they didn't do something that they said they were going to do. Guess what? You still have to do what you said you were going to do. Sometimes people change, sometimes people switch up. You always have to be able to keep it 100 with yourself. So that way, whether somebody doesn't do something or whether they do something, it has no effect over you. Always keep yourself in a position to where you're unaffected by what someone says they're going to do or what they don't do. It will not affect you either way. It won't affect you either way, whether they do it or whether they don't. Don't put yourself in position to where you're dependent upon somebody's help or somebody's assistance or something somebody offered and said they would do. Always be able to make sure that you got it, all right, or that you're good on your own. It's okay to accept help from people if they're willing to give it, but sometimes there are those who will say one thing and then do another. And then that leaves you in a situation to where you're let down and disappointed. But through the letdown and the disappointment, you still want to be able to uplift yourself and be able to have something to keep you uplifted in a moment of being uplifted, and still be able to stay positive as you can. All right. No matter how negative things almost could get, almost doesn't count. All right. So always make sure that you make your life as positive as you can, regardless of what someone offers up. And even regardless of what they offered up, always know, all right, that God is there and ready and willing and able to bless you with way more than whatever they said they were going to. All right, so we haven't forgot about that. Regardless of what this person said, you have something better coming anyway. That's why it didn't even happen. It didn't come through because God said, you know what? That's not even good enough for you. That's not even good enough for you. What they had, all that they had, whatever they offered, it wasn't even good enough for you. God has something better. He's going to bless you with it. It's going to be yours. All right. It's going to be yours. and you're going to be able to enjoy it all on your own, just you and him, and whoever else you choose to bring into the picture. But it's not going to be anything that is dangled in front of your face. It's not going to be anything that somebody shows you and pulls back. It's not going to be anything that someone says they're going to do and doesn't do. You know what God says he's going to do, he doesn't. All right. And you know something big is about to happen for you because you can feel it. All right. All the good you've been putting in, all the good you've been doing, it's all about to pay off for you very soon. All right. All the other people who have good is just a reflection and an example of all the good you're going to accumulate and already have spiritually accumulated through all the good works that you've already done. That's why you keep running into people who are already successful and wealthy and doing good in the first place. All right, because spiritually, that's what you are. It may not have manifested physically yet, but it is, it will. And this is the confirmation for all the hardworking people out there that have been wondering why they haven't had their break yet, but they keep seeing all and running into and actually meeting, tangibly meeting all these successful people who have already made it to a place in life where we would like to be. All right. So our time is most definitely coming. All right. So regardless of who said they were going to do what or what said they were going to do who, we're still going to be all right. All right. Because God's still looking out for us at the end of the day, regardless. God's still going to make a way for us regardless. All right, we're still going to be provided for because God will provide regardless. You know, somebody may not come through, but God will provide. Somebody may not come through, but we were made down to lay down in green pastures. Somebody may not come through, but how are we any different than the birds? All right, we're always going to be taken care of, so don't worry. All right. Sometimes man chooses to throw some bird seed out there, but do the birds worry regardless if whether the bird seed is fed to them or not? No, because they know that they're going to be taken care of because there's an abundance for them. There's a surplus for them. There's a never-ending amount of resources for them. And the same is for you. How are you different from the birds? Don't base your faith off of appearances. Something may run out, you still have an infinite amount. Something may run out, you still have more than you could ever need. Something may run out, you still have more than you could ever imagine. And you have to get to the point to where even when it runs out, you don't acknowledge it as that. Okay, some will come back, so it'll fill back up, just like the ocean and just like the ocean at the beach. The tide goes out, but it'll come back in. All right, certain things go out, but they'll come back in. That's how you view it. It goes out, but it comes back in. It never goes away. It never ends. It never stops. It's always coming back. Always a abundance. Always a surplus. Always an infinite amount. So regardless of what somebody said they were going to do, you already have more than enough anyway. Regardless of what anybody said they were going to do, you're already taken care of and have more than you could ever need anyway. Regardless of what somebody said they were going to do, you already have an infinite amount, an abundant amount, an infinite surplus, an abundant surplus, a never ending amount of wealth. All right. You're already set. You're already straight. All right. So they may have said something and may not have followed through with it, but that is okay. You keep following through on your promises you made to yourself. That's the only person you need to follow through on anything is the promises that you make to yourself. Sometimes people outside of ourselves will make promises to us and sometimes they'll keep them, sometimes they won't. But if they don't, we don't care. That's perfectly fine. All the promises that we make to ourselves, as long as we keep those, we will not be let down in life. Other people may let us down, but we won't be let down unless we let us down. So as long as we're not letting us down, then hey, we got to turn that frown upside down and pick ourselves back up and continue on and keep moving forward at the end of the day because there's more out there for us and we just have to go get it. All right. There's more out there for us. We just have to go get it and we have to be able to give it to ourselves. So somebody said something, we can't count on what somebody said. All we can count on is what we know, and what we know is what we're going to do. And we know what we're going to do. All right, let's make sure that we're straight regardless. At the end of the day, regardless of what anybody says or does, we're gonna make sure that we're good. We're gonna make sure that we are good. All right, we're gonna make sure that we ain't gotten. We're gonna make sure that we're not in any bad state or bad situation because something didn't go through. All right. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.